transportation, because when the unexpected happens, the best thing you can do is be ready. Know the risk, know the options. Be ready to act. Learn more at foodallergy.org/ready to act.
Pollution from trucks is a public health crisis. Diesel-burning trucks belch dangerous levels of pollution, and communities living near ports and along freight corridors breathe especially high levels of this dirty air. But this crisis has a solution. My name is Sasan Sadat, and I work for Earth Justice. I'm working to clean up our air quality, particularly for communities that bear the burden of diesel pollution. For the sake of our lungs, our health, and our climate, the future of trucking in this country has got to be zero emissions. Until then, I will never rest.
Earth Justice is a national legal nonprofit defending the environment and people's health. Earth Justice is fighting to save lives, protect our climate, and strengthen our economy through the shift to zero emissions. If clean air matters to you, visit us at earthjustice.org. Earth Justice, because the earth needs a good lawyer.
Truth Nation, stand up and tap in. This is 101.7 FM, 1510 AM WGKB Waukesha and W269DL Milwaukee, a locally owned Good Karma brand station. This is your 101.7 The Truth News Update.
Hello, everyone. This is Rhea Riley with your news update. A congressman from Wisconsin wants legislators to feel the same financial pain others are feeling during the government shutdown. Congressman Brian Steele and Louisiana Senator John Kennedy have introduced the Withhold Member Pay During Shutdowns Act. It would prevent members of Congress from collecting pay during the ongoing federal shutdown and would deduct pay from members' paychecks during future shutdowns. Congressman Steele has requested his pay be withheld while the current shutdown continues. A new ordinance gives Milwaukee police greater authority to crack down on reckless driving. The Common Council approved the ordinance today. The vote was unanimous. This allows officers to tow any vehicle used in a reckless driving incident, even if it's the driver's first offense and regardless of who owns the car. The vote comes after state legislation was signed into law last week by Governor Tony Evers. The Milwaukee area labor market is seeing a bit of a cool down. That's according to the latest economic scorecard from Marquette University's College of Business. Starting in April, the area has experienced average monthly year-over-year declines in employment. Data suggests that trend will continue throughout the early part of next year. The economic scorecard is forecasting employment losses in manufacturing and retail, along with rising housing costs. This has been your news update. Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris is next on the new 101.7 The Truth.
Bringing you his authentic perspectives on important topics.
They live in suburbs together. They live in the city together. They hang out together, all in the same family. We're the only idiots that fight because we want our voice to only be on one side. Like, does that even make any sense? And when the side loses, you lose everything. They, on the other hand, have a voice no matter what, because somebody that looks like them is always in control.
Frank, candid, and straight to the point.
Well, it's just a skewed system.
Of course it is.
It's a lot of judgment.
But answer my question, though. Should we let people go? Should we let people go? Like, let's just forget about bail altogether. And if your neighbor commits a homicide and kills people up, if you kill people and they next to you and you just let them come back and live right next to you, they can live upstairs from you. Let them come in your house.
Frank, candid, and straight to the point. This is the best radio show in the state of Wisconsin. Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 101.7 The Truth and The Truth app.
Now, he's the mayor of the city of Milwaukee. He's a young man. Give him a chance. I only complain about things that I care about. What I want you to do is pretend like I'm in St. Louis. And all I'm asking the mayor and the Common Council president and the Common Council, show me.
Now, live from the American Family Insurance Studio at the Avenue in the heart of downtown Milwaukee, here is Dr. Ken Harris.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. Not like what happened at noon today. 833-212-1017 is the number. Today's topic, socialism. 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 How does it work? What is it? Can it help Milwaukee? Can it hurt Milwaukee? Can it help black people? Can it hurt black people? That's what we're going to be talking about today. If you have a comment about socialism, if you have a comment about whether or not you think what happened in New York should happen in Milwaukee, go right ahead. But I got something for you. And in the 5 o'clock hour, Kyle Wallace is going to be joining me to talk about that nonsense he was talking about at 12 noon. And the only thing he could argue is, well, look at redistricting. Okay, but we're not talking about redistricting. We're talking about the fact that the Democratic Party did something that I think was so stupid that is going to end up biting them right square in the behind. And I'm going to laugh. I'm going to laugh all day long. You know why I'm going to laugh? Because you think you're getting something free. Quanda Study Hall is on. It's open. And it's live. I am not going to sit idly by and listen to people who have what I like to call no imagination, memory, and forget historically what has happened in this country and in this world and think socialism or communism or whatever they want to call it is something that's great. It is the dumbest, most stupidest thing you've ever heard in your entire life. Yes, I'm saying it on LinkedIn. Yes, I'm saying it on IG. Yes, I'm saying it on Facebook. Yes, and I'm saying it on 1017thetruth.com. It is stupid. If you think socialism and communism has never been in America, that is a ridiculous argument because now you have it in New York because it's on its way. The argument is that we don't have it. It's not the argument to have when you don't have it. You have to make sure you don't get it in America. Otherwise, you're going to look like a fool. So what are some of the things we're going to talk about today? We're going to talk about whether or not socialism works. Because if you live in socialism, you don't have any drive, you don't have any innovation, and you can actually be broke. And Young Money, for some reason, keeps on this thing that a mayor in a city is not institutionalizing racism. The fact that you don't understand and know what just happened, you should be scared for yourself. And I don't even know if that's possible. You have no idea what you're talking about. Rich people, upper middle class people will never pay the money. Will never pay the money that you think they're going to pay to take care of a socialist government. It's not going to happen. Or a socialist city. You have to understand they will always, they'll either hide their money or they'll move. So understand that going in. We're going to talk about that. But what we're actually going to look at is a clear view of how taxes and tax rates work in socialism. We're going to talk about that. And I'm going to pick the favorite country that everybody likes to choose, Sweden. And we have to choose Sweden because, I don't know, Venezuela failed, Cuba failed. When it was the Soviet Union, now Russia failed. So, yeah, I guess we got to pick something that's quote unquote working. But if you think that you can get something for nothing, you are lying to yourself. If you voted for Mondami and you thought you were going to get some of the things that he said he was going to give you without even telling you how, you are setting yourself up for failure. You never walk in the room and you never walk into a meeting when you don't know what the conversation is about. Ever. Never trust a person. I don't care who it is. Even if you're married to them. Find out what the conversation is. Hey, can you come to this meeting? What's it about? No, I need you to come. And I've told people, including bosses, I don't go to meetings where I don't know what the agenda is. I want to be prepared. Well, now you know what the agenda is in New York. Now you know what the agenda is with the woman that's running for mayor in Madison, Wisconsin. Now you know what the agenda is in Milwaukee when you can't find people to come to work, when you can't find people to do any type of job that's going to take any type of intellect or movement because they're lazy. They're lazy. And that's part of the problem. But if you think this is just going to roll over and everybody's happy because Democrats won, the one thing you can't do, first of all, and you know what, Young Money, we'll talk about that. What does that even mean, pay a livable wage? That makes no sense. If you go out and work, get an education, and get a job, you'll have a living wage. But you can't be lazy, graduate from just high school, and think you're going to make it. And I'm not saying you can't make it if you don't graduate, but some of the things that you believe that you want, those are over under socialism. You only get what they deem that you need. And we're going to talk about that. But the biggest issue you're going to have is in taxes. If you think New York is going to make it, they better hurry up and vote this guy out. Because the bottom line is that the only thing you may be able to do with New York is flush it. Because this guy makes Bill de Blasio, who's fairly liberal. He's pretty far on the left. Look like Rudy Giuliani. He has lost his mind. And some of the things he thinks he's going to give them for free, he is not going to be able to do. And we'll talk about that. But what we really need to talk about, and the question I have for you, 833-212-1017, or you can hit us on the YouTube chat. The question I have for you is very simple. Is Milwaukee next?
And that is Dr. Ken's Truth on the new 1017 The Truth.
I'm going to say something. I'm a conservative, as you know. I might not agree with you all the time, but even when I don't agree with you, you crack me up. And the other guy, he just pretend conservative all day. And you do make me think. But when you do better than anyone, you think on your feet.
Now that was a compliment coming from somebody who is as Trump-loving as he is, that can appreciate what we do here.
Listen to The Truth with Sherwin Hughes, weekdays from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m.
Contract-ready businesses, opportunity seekers, partnership builders, deal closers. Marketplace Wisconsin, the Governor's Conference on Diverse Business Development, is focused on you. This event puts small businesses like yours in the room with buyers, partners, and mentors who can help open doors to bigger opportunities. Join us online December 9th, in person December 10th and 11th at the Baird Center in downtown Milwaukee. Whether you're in construction, looking for contracts, or a service provider ready to grow, Marketplace Wisconsin is for you. Meet one-on-one with government reps, corporate buyers, and resource providers. Small businesses like yours keep Wisconsin moving forward. Wisconsin Economic Development Corporation is here to propel your growth. So join them for Marketplace Wisconsin, the Governor's Conference on Diverse Business Development, December 10th and 11th. Register at marketplacewisconsin.com. That's marketplacewisconsin.com. Presented by WEDC. Let's look forward together.
Ready to buy your first house, move into your forever home, or simply refinance? At Associated Bank, they've got you. With the right lending plan and guidance, you can achieve your dreams. Your financial goals are much closer than you think, and Associated Bank is excited to help you reach them. Learn more at associatedbank.com/lending or ask a banker for details. Subject to credit approval. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Wisconsin winters can be tough, and so are higher energy bills. The Community Advocates Milwaukee County Energy Assistance Program is ready to help you. Eligible Milwaukee County residents can receive help with their energy bills and weatherization benefits to keep you warm and help you manage your heating and electric bills. Schedule your personal appointment at keepwarmmke.org or call 414-270-4653. For more details about locations and hours of operation, go to communityadvocates.net. This program is administered by the State of Wisconsin Department of Administration.
Life's better with Drive My Way from American Family Insurance, because we know it's more than just a car. It's your escape pod, your adventure mobile, your memory maker. And we help protect the dreams that drive you. Personalize what you pay for auto insurance and you could save between 5 and 20%. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Unsafe driving behaviors may increase your rate. Visit amfam.com to learn more. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
This is Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Hey, yeah, I wanna shoot, baby, shoot.
Ooh, how you doing, baby? No, not you. You, the bow-legged one. Yeah. What's your name? Damn, baby, that sounds sexy. Here I go again, girls. What's my weakness? Okay, then chillin', minding my business. You saw I looked around and I couldn't believe this. I swear, I stared, my niece, my witness. The brother had it going on with something kinda wicked.
Hey, you're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. Why am I happy today? I'm happy because Glenn Pearce is in the studio. What you call him again? What's that silly New York name? You call,
is that New York's finest?
Yeah.
It's good to be back. It's been a minute.
New York's worse now.
Hey.
Oh, I got a question, Glenn.
Ask me.
Where's my cigar?
I told you I didn't know what you liked. I don't know if you like vanilla, bourbon, Cuban. I don't know. I'm not as big of an aficionado as you are. I do partake in cigars, but I don't know as much as you do about them.
All right.
So we'll figure out.
I already did. He coming next Thursday.
Yeah, I know. I got the invite. Yeah, I'll be there. We'll figure it out. I'll get a lesson in Cigar 101 from Dr. Ken Harris.
The one you buy, though.
I know. It's on me.
Apparently. I got a $126 piece I'm looking at right now.
See, come on now. He going to break the bank. I'm still paying student loans.
Never mind. Let me stop.
I'm still paying student loans.
Because the Dodgers won.
Yeah.
I told you.
It was one for the ages, though. I'm glad it ended the way that it did.
No imagination memory. So when you don't remember that things happen, you have nothing to go back on to go, let me think. They gonna win. Yeah. About that.
It was one of the best World Series in memory, I think, at least. Both teams had their moments.
Did he just co-sign what I just said?
No, yeah, I am co-signing.
And he ain't even 30 years old. Come on, dude.
I'm co-signing, but I'm saying from
He's not even 30 years old.
From the 99s up until now, I cannot remember a World Series that had this much talent, this much action, this much back and forth.
Because you're not old enough.
But no, we saw baseball's finest on the biggest stage again. The Dodgers, they were remarkable. They stole a couple games on the road. And obviously they came up clutch in extra innings. You know, Will Smith had that big home run in, I believe, the 10th inning. And shout out to, Vladimir Guerrero Jr.
Look at him. He's so flustered he can't even say the name.
Because it's crazy. No,
a name like Vladimir Guerrero is crazy. Are you Russian or are you Hispanic?
He's Dominican, actually.
Spanish. Spain. That's near. Okay.
No, but
he's European.
No, it was, again, one of the best World Series in memory.
Yes, it was.
And the pitching was fantastic all throughout. Again, Yamamoto was I believe he was the MVP for his clutch performance. I believe he came in for that save. But the Dodgers were in danger. Again, I believe they had runners on the corners with, was it one out? And then, the Dodgers turned that double play to kind of decide the World Series. But in memory, again, it was it was all throughout. Again, there were Dalton Varsho. There was moments with Will Smith. There was Freddie Freeman. There was Shohei Ohtani. There was Roki Saki.
Don't be trying to bash the Dodgers on the slide. Left runners on the corner. Yeah.
Not at all. No, talent prevails again when coaching isn't there.
Glenn.
Yes.
DJ Brother Z.
He always want to raise an L. He always want to make things so much simpler. Yeah, at the end of the day, they didn't lose.
Because that's the only thing that counts.
That is true.
But you argued me and said, oh, well, they have the talent. Okay.
I thought that the deficit was going to be too big. Again, It was very back and forth from the beginning. I believe the Blue Jays were up 2-1 at one point. And they were headed home, because they had home field advantage throughout the playoffs. And I thought that the Dodgers, after that extra innings game as well, I thought they had ran out of arms. The Blue Jays had a more consistent bullpen, as well as some of the starters throughout the playoffs. Obviously, there was that wonderful performance from Savage. I believe he had that Game 5 or Game 6 performance where he had, 11 strikeouts, and they won by about 3 runs.
Right.
So I was under the impression, again, that
the Dodgers almost lost that game.
That is true. But I was under the impression that the Dodgers had no more arms left, and they proved me wrong. And obviously, the bats got hot when they needed them most.
Can we make a copy of that?
Don't timestamp that. Don't make that a clip. None of that.
This ain't GP. This is OGDK. Okay.
Okay. But no, yeah,
you're right.
Yeah, I think these. And if I had to choose, honestly, I think these are two teams that will be right back in the same exact position next year.
We'll be going like what they're gonna do this year.
Exactly.
What they're gonna do. But the Dodgers paced themselves.
Yes. Because they'd been there before.
They went back and said, how many we got left? Okay, so that's average, divide. We got this much left. I need you to do 2. You do 2.5. You do 2. Mm-hmm. And that's all they did. Boom, boom. You pitch, and then you get out.
Yeah, and that was the thing. They
did it.
Yeah, everybody that was in the bullpen was at least a starter a couple times during the season. Yep. Again, they had Kershaw. They had Saki.
But, dude, the home run, come on now.
Whew.
Come on now.
It was crazy to watch live. And you can feel it too. The Yankees, or not the Yankees, but the Dodgers are taking on kind of that bad boy persona. Again, teams like the Cowboys, the Yankees that people love to see lose. There was not a person in the bar where I was watching this who they didn't want the Blue Jays to win because America loves an underdog. And the Dodgers, again, they've quoted themselves already in the championship parade. They want to win again so they can effectively ruin baseball, because that's what people are saying by acquiring all this talent and spending all this money and winning.
Well, I don't know if they said they want to ruin baseball.
No, Dave Roberts, the manager, he is quoted as saying
but he don't count because he don't even play.
But he's the one that's leading the ship. He's the one that's signing the checks.
Well, the general manager's signing.
True, but
I'm just saying.
But he has that input. He's like, I need this guy. I want this guy. We need to keep this guy.
But why not?
It's crazy.
It's American to win. Like, I don't understand. Like, you're actually mad because we don't have a chance. Well, then play better. Or get some more money. That's those. And no matter what you do in life, those are the only 2 things you have going for you.
That is true.
Either acquire more money or work hard.
I think baseball is a sport where people are more equal, though, than we kind of think. Again,
absolutely.
When it comes to basketball and football, obviously the money that you pay for the talent that you have is you're going to see more people, or people who are more physically gifted, more physically talented, whether it comes down to IQ and things like that. When it's baseball, again, I don't want to simplify the game because there's technicalities and everything, but if you can put together a strong team that can get hits in a timely manner, then they'll be all right. So,
but what you miss is that when you talk about that argument, everybody has the opportunity to buy players. Everybody has the opportunity to trade. Everybody has the opportunity to play hard or not play hard. That is, sports is one of the most equalized sports because it doesn't matter what you pay. It doesn't matter where you live or where you work. If you can't hit the ball,
you don't win.
It doesn't matter.
Yep.
And I don't care what position you're in, from pitcher to outfielder. If you can't hit the ball, you will not play baseball.
Absolutely. You're not wrong. You're not wrong at all.
And you could be the baddest and the fastest fielder, and you could be the coldest second baseman or first baseman. But you can't hit the ball, man.
Yeah. No, we'll see again what this team has left, or I guess what kind
they
of
don't need anything left.
You don't think? But there's rumors that they have another pitcher in the works. I believe he's I don't know if he's in Double-A or Single-A, but he's another guy. I believe he's Japanese. I think he's 6'4", 200 pounds, and so they have another arm kind of coming through, and they've been recruiting like crazy, like mad. They keep stacking these arms and getting these hitters on cheap deals from teams because people are buying in. They're taking lesser deals than they would find elsewhere to go play for someone like the Rockies.
Because you're finding people that want to play the game.
Yeah, and they want to win. They want success.
Baseball now today is like Division III football.
Wow.
You come in. I love this game. Pay me. I can pay my bills. Because you have a different generation of player. I can pay my bills. I got I don't know how much money Ohtani had. He don't need no money. About $500 million or something. Just go in and just let me play. These are the only things I want. I want to be able to bring my daughter. So when I play, my wife and my daughter and my sitter get to watch me play. That's all I want. He didn't ask for nothing else. Oh, we get a car. I got that. All I want is when I go, I want to be able to push my baby to the car, get in the car, and leave. And when I get out, I want to push my baby so she can sit next to me to watch me play. And they gave it to him.
That is a great comparison.
And that's it.
That is a great comparison.
And so I'm not mad, but now the same thing's going to happen in basketball.
You think so?
The problem is if you don't perform in basketball, you look like the Bucks did the other night.
But it's early. Again, this is a team that is still rounding out a rotation. Again, we thought
excuses.
No, not excuses. We got to look at the total package here again.
Excuses.
Ryan Rollins cooled off. He had an off night. I believe he had 11 or 12 points or so.
Everybody cools off.
And they were on the road. They were at the Raptors. We'll give them the benefit of the doubt.
You know, the other team was there too, right?
They was at home.
Oh, okay.
They was at home.
Come on, dude. This whole home team game team, I think the Dodgers just proved home team means nothing. Just like the Packers have proved home team means nothing.
Well, the Packers are kind of in for it tough. And again,
That's what you calling it?
I'm saying in tough. Again, we talked about it a couple weeks ago as well, where they needed to win the gimme games. A gimme game would have been, obviously, they beat the Cardinals a couple weeks ago. A gimme game who you would expect against the Panthers, who are still trying to figure out if they have their future quarterback. They had a running back controversy as well, and they're struggling to find weapons.
You mean like the Browns?
Yes. Again, that was another one that we thought was a gimme game, and they lost that one on the road too. And now we're kind of entering the stretch again. For those who are Packers fans, you're kind of looking at this schedule, and you're kind of turning your eyes a little bit. They play the Eagles primetime next week, and they're at home, but the Eagles are no slouch at all.
5-2-1.
Yes.
Now 5-3-1.
Right.
So now we're talking 5-4-1.
Possibly. And then you move on to the Giants, but they're on the road. Again, the Giants have beaten teams that they were not supposed to beat throughout the season. But if you want to put that as a gimme, sure. But the Giants are better than the Panthers. So.
And the Giants play like the Packers are playing now.
Yes.
So odds-wise, they're going to end up beating the Packers and treating the Packers the way Packers treat other teams.
Absolutely. That's a Super Bowl game for teams like the Giants. Again, we tend to dismiss teams and write them off. But at the end of the day, the NFL is the NFL. These are talented players who can cultivate a game plan that can effectively work against what the Packers do.
I was going to say like Vanderbilt.
Yeah. Vanderbilt, they
came from nowhere to number 8.
Right. And they beat Giants. They suffered a tough loss the other day, but they'll be right back into it as well. But again, when you head into this divisional slate again, they play the Vikings twice. And they play the Bears twice, and they still have to play the Lions on the road at Ford Field.
That's going to be rough.
And so they also have to play the Ravens to end out the season. So you're staring at a team that is struggling to find an identity. They've lost their best weapon in Tucker Kraft, and they haven't particularly done anything well all season. There's been a couple games where Love has thrown the ball well.
Somebody played better before Tucker Kraft. Somebody will play better after.
But it takes a couple weeks to figure that out. Obviously, you have to game plan. Who's the next guy to step up? If you're going to craft this offense around Dobbs, who's been the second most reliable guy,
right?
Who's going to take that leap? Is it Wicks?
But Dobbs was only reliable because they didn't make. He's only the second most reliable because they didn't put him as number 1.
Yeah, and so
that's the only reason. Right. The guy was performing beautifully.
Right. And he has been a number 1 receiver for the Packers a couple of times. Obviously, when Watson went down last season, he was the number 1 guy. He was the go-to guy. I believe he opened.
But why isn't he already the go-to guy?
I wish I could tell you why. It's a team that, or when
Packers need a new coach.
I don't want to say that.
Packers need a new coach.
I don't want to call for anybody's job. I don't think LaFleur.
I didn't say take his job. I just said they need a new coach. I said they need a new coach. I didn't say right now today, did I? The season will be over. Get a new coach.
No, I don't think a new coach is
You all were so instantaneous. Oh, my God.
That's implied, though. That's implying when you're saying you need a new coach. You're implying that the guy that is currently hired
Give 2 black men a college education. Lord, have mercy.
But no, I don't think that LaFleur is the problem here. They had bad injuries at bad times.
There's no reason. At least 3 games. There's no reason why they should have lost.
But that's the thing. They need to stop taking people lightly.
He did not change the plan in the second half. Even when you're winning, you change the plan.
He's a second-half team, though. This is a second-half
Clearly
team.
They're not. Clearly they're not, dude.
They like to play from behind.
3 with 1 tie. They are not.
Crazy.
Well, they're not. I mean, like, I'm not. It's not like I'm lying or something.
Yeah.
Look at this. Look. Anyway.
No, they've had a bunch.
I forgot. It's New York. So
no. Again, when we look at the schedule as well, again, the Cowboys game, they were down for the better part of that game as well. They came back, they tied it. It wasn't a win, but also when you look at this Cardinals game, they were down going into the fourth quarter. The Steelers game, they were down going into the fourth quarter.
We didn't win, but
I'm just saying this is a team that is resilient, but they need to kind of figure out a better rhythm.
Resilience only counts when you win. That's like saying you have grit. You can't measure it. You can't see it. You can't hold it. Oh, but he has grit. Okay, that's nice, but you didn't win.
You still have some type of grit if you play hard until the buzzer, whether the result is you winning or to losing. No?
I would get you, but I'm going to be nice. I don't want you coming after me. Look, I don't want you putting nothing in my cigar. Hey, what is that? I blew up in his face. What?
No, this Packers team, again, they are resilient. They've proven time and time again that
they've proven they can do it.
Yes,
they've proven they can do it.
If we're looking at it, and if I was a betting man, as they head into this divisional slate, it's not looking too good.
Well, watch this. Watch this. Last time he bet, he lost. I'm just saying. And he lost in grand fashion.
That is true. That is true.
Yeah.
That is true. But no,
all right.
Yeah. All right.
I guess I'll see you on Friday.
You will.
See if you still crying that nonsense.
Talent prevails again when coaching isn't there.
Glenn.
Yeah. I was under the impression that the Dodgers had no more arms left, and they proved me wrong.
I got it.
I'm turning my mic off.
Turning his mic off. And now with 101.7 The Truth Traffic, here's Debbie Lazica.
94 eastbound. We have a crash at about 76th Street off on the right shoulder, so that's going to tighten things up a bit coming out of the zoo. As a matter of fact, actually coming from Highway 100 all the way to Hawley Road. We've got another crash on 894 southbound right about at National Avenue. The right lane is still blocked with that one. That's backing things up through the zoo up to about Blue Mound Road, so that's something to definitely keep in mind. Southbound 43 backing up from Capitol Drive down through the Marquette and over the high-rise. More delays then from Beecher Street to the KK River crossing. Northbound's backed up out of the Marquette all the way up to North Avenue. So factor those into your ride this afternoon. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast tonight. Clear and cool, a low of 35. Tomorrow, partly cloudy with rain likely at night, a high of 53. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazica on 101.7 The Truth.
Don't touch that dial. More of Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris is next on 101.7 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
June 2022, southeast Wisconsin. A distracted driver killed 3 people, and in that single moment, it affected many more. The grandmother.
And my heart sank. Their lives are forever lost.
Pastor.
That was the most difficult day of my entire ministry.
Sister.
I lost my best friend.
Distracted driving affects everyone. Buckle up, phone down. Brought to you by the Wisconsin Department of Transportation.
I love the Marquette community. I think, it to me resembles a family of some sort.
You are coming to a place that is not only going to give you a great education, but I think it's going to make you a very well-rounded individual.
Especially because of the size, you can definitely find your people. I came in and it was open arms. While you're here, we're going to try to make you feel that same love and make this place home. We are Marquette.
We are Marquette.
We are Marquette.
We are Marquette.
This is your Versity Blood Center of Wisconsin Community Impact Moment on 101.7 The Truth.
What was the life change? You know, we all know it happened, and we know things happen, and you have bad kidneys, but what was the life change afterwards?
A couple things. Before they even allow you to get on the list, they make you go through a battery of tests. And, you know, a lot of people don't qualify because they're overweight, or they have high blood pressure or high cholesterol. So all those things are requirements before you can even get approved to be on the list. So I had...
Wait, you got to be approved to be on the list?
Absolutely.
Wow.
It's interesting. There's a professional athlete or former professional athlete I know right now that has kidney disease, and he's on dialysis, and he wants to get on the list, and he's not accepting all the things you have to do, you know, to get on the list. But yeah, so for me, I spent 30 years in the automobile industry. You know, that's 12, 14-hour days, eating whatever somebody brings you to eat, whatever you run out and grab, McDonald's, whatever. It was never salads and, you know.
Yeah, but that was a
water.
choice, right?
It was a choice. Yeah. But I had to change all of that to even qualify to be on the list. I had to get down to the weight I had to be at. I had to get my phosphorus under control, my potassium under control.
Wait a minute. Even though somebody said they would give you a kidney,
absolutely,
you had to still make yourself eligible?
Absolutely.
Nah, that's okay.
When I mentioned the athlete, his relative actually died, and they wanted to take his organs, and they couldn't because he wasn't qualified. He wasn't on the list. Wow. Yeah, you have to be.
So there are over 100,000 people on that waiting list. So they are very serious.
And how many donors do we have?
And that's the problem. We don't have nearly enough donors.
Wow.
And that's why it's such a critical need. But they are serious about who they're giving that gift of life to, because there are so many people who are literally dying waiting for it.
To make an impact by donating blood in your community, visit versity.org today.
This Associated Bank Sports Update on 101.7 The Truth is powered by ESPN Milwaukee. I'm Nazir Spencer. The Packers are back at home on Monday Night Football after a brutal loss against the Panthers. Their matchup against the Philadelphia Eagles is Monday night at 7:15. The Bucs got stone cold in Toronto last night, losing their third game of the season, 128-100. Head coach Doc Rivers.
The one thing with Giannis, and that's why he's such a treasure, he doesn't complain very often. So I always tell officials, like, if that guy's complaining, you're probably doing something wrong.
Bucs now look to face the Chicago Bulls on Friday at 7. UW-Milwaukee defeated Hampton 90-86 in their first game, while the Golden Eagles at Marquette defeated Albany 80-53. Marquette plays again tonight at 7 versus Southern University. This sports update brought to you by Associated Bank, proudly supporting your hometown team. Member FDIC.
More of Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris is next on 101.7 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Don't matter, just don't curse.
Yo, fellas, y'all ready to do this?
Yeah, what's up, guys? What's up?
Boys are in effect, yeah, and it's about time. Yo, let's rip this up.
So we go from Milwaukee to Chicago to New York to Philly. Okay. All right. 833-212-1017 is the number. Before Glenn was so rudely interrupted by me in relation to him losing the Dodger. Well, it really wasn't a bet. Now, watch this. I said, I want a $126 cigar. That's out of my business. But had he won dinner, dude would have been like, Capital Grill, filet mignon, and a bottle of Pinot Grigio and I want Malbec, but he just started piling all this stuff on. It would have been like a $500 bill. Get out of here. But he was a good sport. Daphne says, so Dr. Ken, if that's what the people of New York voted for, then we need to accept the results and move on. I don't need to accept anything. It's not my city. I don't care about New York, but I'm just saying. Conversely, America didn't want an authoritarian either, but unfortunately with Trump, that's what we're getting.
Have you ever seen a person use the power that they actually have? Many times presidents use power that they actually have out of the public eye and do things that people wouldn't like, but they never see it. He does it in the light. He just whirls in and uses the same power that every single president has and every single president has used, and the media never reported on it. They don't like Trump, so they report on it. And so he won by 77 million votes roughly, so we got to deal with it. I don't have to deal with it because I don't care. Politics is local. The thing you're missing is that what's happening in New York is working its way around the country. There is nothing free in America. If you get rid of business, if you get rid of democracy, if you get rid of the type of economy that we have, you're going to make money based on what the government says you make. You're going to make money based on what they tell you you need. And if it's not enough money, it's not enough money. So let me help you with that. For all the people talking nonsense, everybody says we could be like Sweden. Well, let's be like Sweden. For individuals, income tax comprised of a municipal local tax plus a state national tax for higher incomes. Municipal tax is typically around 29 to 35%, with the national average at 32. If you make 650,800 kroner or above, it's taxed at an additional 20%. So I don't know about you, but if you add 32 and 20 together, that's 52% by itself. Because that's the top statutory rate for the highest earners. For non-residents, Sweden, under certain conditions, there's a flat rate of 25 may apply. But if you have capital gains, when you invest, and here you got to pay somewhere between 15 and 18%, they charge 30. If you're a corporation, you get a flat tax of 20.6, and the value added tax. You know what that is, right? Consumption tax. You want to go party, you want to go drink, you want to buy a cigar, you want to go to the club. Consumption tax, gasoline, food, stuff you eat. 25% for most goods and services with reduced rates for certain items. Local tax rates, updated yearly, 2025 is projected to be 32.41%. So let's look at this. And this came from PwC, that's the Swedish Statistical Bureau. So let's look at this. I'm an individual. Let's say I make $100,000 a year. If I pay 35% of that, that's $35,000 gone. That leaves me $65,000. But let's use the average, 32. So now, 100 minus 32, 68. National income tax, right? We got that. If I live in a city, right, and then the country is an additional. But let's say I'm just taxed by one. And I invest it. Oh, we're going to take 30% of that. Gone. So by the time you add up that and value added, but let's do this. Let's just use the municipal tax. We're not going to use the national tax, just the municipal tax of 35%. I'm sorry, the average is 32%. If we use just that and I invest it, that's another 30%. $55% of my money. Half of my money is gone before I even want to buy anything. But all the stores are owned by the government because they run everything. All the food that's in the store is chosen by the government. What you miss is that it's not about what you need. The government will give you what you need. You just lose everything you want. If you want to get your hair cut, those are the only places you get your hair cut. If you want to drive a car, well, there are no rich people in that country because they took all your money. So now depression sets in. Did you know that Sweden has the highest use of antidepressants in the world? I wonder why. So even if you have an imagination, even if you want to grow and do things and be great, you literally cannot under socialism or communism. You can't. Everybody's the same. No, we're not. We're actually not the same. And I get it. But Melody said the issue is fairness. Corporations in the country can make profits unbridled. Unions help. But McDonald's in Sweden pays $25 plus an hour plus large benefits. Big Macs cost 25 cents more there. The problem you have there is if you make $25 an hour, you're only taking home about 10. So you're living like a pauper. And because the government pays for it, well, technically you do, of course they can charge you 25 cents more. But that's all. It has nothing to do with what you buy. They don't make their money off that. They make money off people going to work. The tax rate it's basically usury. Watch this. You can't get a credit card because you can't afford to pay it back. Hey, I want a $10,000 limit on a credit card. And so how much money you make? Oh, I make $100,000. How much you take home? 48. No. Why? Because you got to pay your rent, you got to pay your electric, you got to pay your gas, you got to pay your this. And even if the government gave it to you for free, you're still paying for it because you're giving up half your check. And it's like you don't see that because you're too lazy to understand that human growth, human worth comes, in many cases, through work. Earning something that's yours. Being proud of it. When we come back, I'm going to hit the talk and text line. I'm going to hit the YouTube chat. And I want to explain, or try to explain, why I think young people not owning a home is a mistake. And talk about the things you learn when you're young that makes you old and successful.
Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris returns after this on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
So let me ask you, when the government, and again, I'm doing the air quotes, tightens the belt, who's standing underneath the belt when it snaps back?
This is The Truth Unfiltered with Denise Thomas and Dr. Ken Harris.
Don't want you to agree. Honestly, should I be transparent? I don't really care if you agree. I, like you, want to be heard.
Sundays starting at 7 on 620 WTMJ and Mondays at 6 on 1017 The Truth.
Contract-ready businesses, opportunity seekers, partnership builders, deal closers. Marketplace Wisconsin, the Governor's Conference on Diverse Business Development, is focused on you. This event puts small businesses like yours in the room with buyers, partners, and mentors who can open doors to bigger opportunities. Join us online December 9th and in person December 10th and 11th at Baird Center in downtown Milwaukee. Whether you're a construction company looking for contracts or a service provider ready to grow, Marketplace Wisconsin is for you. Meet one-on-one with government reps, corporate buyers, and resource providers. Small businesses like yours keep Wisconsin moving forward. Wisconsin Economic Development Corporation is here to propel your growth. So join them for Marketplace Wisconsin, the Governor's Conference on Diverse Business Development, December 10th and 11th. Register today at marketplacewisconsin.com. That's marketplacewisconsin.com. Presented by WEDC. Let's look forward together.
Ready to buy your first house, move into your forever home, or simply refinance? At Associated Bank, they've got you. With the right lending plan and guidance, you can achieve your dreams. Your financial goals are closer than you think, and Associated Bank is excited to help you reach them. To learn more about how you can take your first steps in buying your forever home, visit associatedbank.com/lending. That's associatedbank.com/lending. or ask a banker for details. Subject to credit approval. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Life's better with American Family Insurance because we know you love working weekends. If it means working on your dream home, both inside and out. And we're here to help protect those dreams so you can enjoy peace of mind. Save up to 40% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Some exclusions apply. American Family Mutual Insurance Company SI and its operating company 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
We believe that self-care isn't selfish. I'm Maddie from Sweet Talks, a woman-owned and operated medical spa fostering self-love and confidence. We believe that beauty is about feeling empowered from within, and it's truly a passion for our team at Sweet Talks. Your goals are our goals. Our services go beyond injectables, including facials, lasers, medical weight loss, hormone therapy, and more. There's even a cafe, complimentary to all patients. Get started today at Sweet Talks in Menominee Falls. Learn more at sweettalks.com.
You are listening to Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
그저 하늘만 바라보네요. 맑은 하늘이 괜시리 얄미워서 창문을 닫고 커튼을 쳤죠. 거울에 비친 내 모습이.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. DJ Brother Z lost his mind and went to South Korea and wanted to play some music, so here we are. 833-212-1017 is the number. We have to stop taking our one little experience or two experiences about corporations or work or all that and then extrapolating it across the entire country. It's just not true. When you say things like Melody said, corporations will treat workers as bad that government allows. GM, different in Japan and Germany. Totally different cultures. You can't make the comparison. Makes absolutely no sense. 2% of clothes we wear today are manufactured here. 2%. Can we really continue to exist when all our money and jobs go overseas? But they don't. And your argument is not good. Watch this. You know why? Because your president that everybody hates is trying to bring all those jobs and manufacturing back here. All you need to do is go get the job that you need so you can do the job. Instead of crying and moaning about not going to school. Ridiculous. Somebody's got to fix the machines and the air conditioning in the data center. Make sure the water flows, not just build it. Somebody's got to maintain it. Those are the jobs you need to be looking at. If you don't want to go to college, maintenance. But what do? We don't even want to go to school, and we don't want to go to work. Don't matter if they called you Marxist, communist, the people of New York shut that down. No, they didn't. Now, what's the difference between Cuban communists and North Korean communists, French, Canadian socialists? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Communists just have a heavier hand than socialists. That's all. Communism was created in the old Union of Soviet Socialist Republic, USSR, which is now Russia. So do your homework, do your math. That's your job to do. But come on, at some point, somebody has to pay in every system. You still need money to go. They got to get the money from somewhere. It's either gotten illegally or it's gotten legally. If you don't like corporations, why are you here? Why aren't you moving to any of those countries you talked about? If you love Marxism and socialism and communism so much, get your behind on one of them planes that won't take off because 10% of all the planes got shut down because the government shut down, and go. Go to Canada. See how long you live when you get old. Go to Korea. Go to Russia. Go. Sweden, Germany. Bye. Because their constitution doesn't give you what you give here. Melody gets to write and say whatever she wants and she gets to say something to me, and I get to talk back to her, and nobody's disrespectful and, all that. You can't do that over there in those countries. They control everything. They tell you what you need. They tell you what you're going to do in school. I don't want to be a mechanic. Well, you're going to be one today. And if you don't do it, we're going to lock you up in jail and make you work anyway. See, you miss all the wonderful things because you live in a country where you have freedom. Don't believe the lie that Republicans or Democrats are trying to destroy democracy. The fact that democracy is here and the fact that you get to complain about it means democracy is here. Stop that. And in the end, none of this is going to matter. None of this is going to matter if you don't go vote or don't go pay your taxes and make sure you hold people accountable. Otherwise, it's not going to matter. Young Money, you have no idea what you're talking about. You're saying they're not talking about socialism. They want an increase in the social safety net. We're talking about New York City. We're not talking about the federal government shutdown. We're talking about New York City. Keep up. The U.S. lost 78,000 manufacturing jobs between August 2024 and August 2025, with the sector losing 12,000 jobs in a single month. That's according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics. And why did that happen? Because you don't understand how we calculate lost jobs. Is it people getting fired? Or is it people not applying and the job not being filled? Like, there are multiple things that go into how we calculate jobs. So at least know that going in. Okay? Know that going in. There are multiple things that go into how the Bureau of Labor Statistics. So when you say unemployment is at a certain point, unemployment might be bigger. But the bottom line is that they don't include people who are not looking for a job. So if you look for a job for 6 months and it was 100 people, and then 10 of those people decided, you know what, forget it, I'm not looking for a job. They'll say unemployment dropped by 10, and it really didn't. That doesn't mean they found jobs. That means what? They stopped looking. And they only count people that are looking for jobs as unemployed. He said Mandami talks about free bus rides. Mandami can't give you free bus rides because bus rides in the state of New York are run by the state of New York, not the city of New York. So it doesn't matter what he promised you unless he going to pay for them out of the budget that they don't have already. That ain't happening. But see, you don't understand what socialism is because you need to go to school or get a book and read about the comparisons between a democratic republic, democracy, and socialism. Socialism sounds beautiful. The problem is when you put people in the equation, gotta tell you, it's a bad word now. It sucks.
The pulse of the Milwaukee Bucks, straight from a Bucks legend.
Can't get it off. Marcus Johnson will, though. Can't leave him alone for a 12.
Tap into Here District with Marcus Johnson on Bucks Plus. Marcus and his son Chris offer a weekly beat on Bucks basketball. Get your questions answered and hear from the biggest names in basketball. Find Here District with Marcus Johnson at bucks.com/plus on the Bucks app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Coming with straight truth.
We can do anything when it comes to being organized, when it comes to making sure that we're active, when it comes to making sure that we're holding people accountable and making sure that we get something out of the deal. Y'all don't know how to make deals. Y'all mad at Donald J. Trump because he's trying to make deals or trying to say that he's the master of the art of the deal. Well, okay, what deals is you trying to make?
Catch the Tory Lowe Show every weekday from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m.
The more you listen to your kids, the closer you'll be. So we asked kids, what do you want your parents to hear?
I feel sometimes that I'm not listened to. I would just want you to listen to me more often and evaluate situations with me and lead me towards success.
We're not adults, so just be there and listen. I just want someone to yap to. And I just feel like I'll be fine if someone just hears me talk and talk and talk and talk and talk and talk and talk.
You're doing a really good job. And I don't think I tell you that enough. And I know sometimes we get into it, and it's just hard on both of us. But, try to understand me more, and I'll try to do the same.
Listening is a form of love. Find resources to help you support your kids and their emotional well-being at sounditouttogether.org. That's sounditouttogether.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and Pivotal.
Dad's gonna be far side, good.
What should I do with my dress? Do little wiggles.
The slate's coming in. What does it feel like when you're down or having a bad day?
It feels sad, like you just don't want to do anything.
All my little emotions in my head is just running crazy. I don't know what to do.
As a teacher or coach, do you ever feel overwhelmed supporting kids' mental health?
I had never experienced players being so down that they can't even participate.
You're just in tears in the huddle. I didn't know what to do.
Teachers need tons of help.
Kids Mental Health Foundation offers educational materials to help guide conversations with our students.
It's so important that we are constantly educating ourselves.
It's the same as the CPR class to me. We're trying to save a life here.
The Kids Mental Health Foundation has free tools and information developed by experts because kids' mental health starts with all of us. Scan the QR code or check out kidsmentalhealthfoundation.org to get started.
Milwaukee's Black Talk lives here. You are listening to 1017 FM, 1510 AM WGKB Waukesha, and W269DL Milwaukee, a locally owned Good Karma brand station. This is your 1017 The Truth News Update.
Hello, everyone. This is Rhea Riley with your news update. A congressman from Wisconsin wants legislators to feel the same financial pain others are feeling during the government shutdown. Congressman Brian Steele and Louisiana Senator John Kennedy have introduced the Withhold Member Pay During Shutdowns Act. It would prevent members of Congress from collecting pay during the ongoing federal shutdown and would deduct pay from members' paychecks during future shutdowns. Congressman Steele has requested his pay be withheld while the current shutdown continues. A new ordinance gives Milwaukee police greater authority to crack down on reckless driving. The Common Council approved the ordinance today. The vote was unanimous. This allows officers to tow any vehicle used in a reckless driving incident, even if it's the driver's first offense and regardless of who owns the car. The vote comes after state legislation was signed into law last week by Governor Tony Evers. The Milwaukee area labor market is seeing a bit of a cool down. That's according to the latest economic scorecard from Marquette University's College of Business. Starting in April, the area has experienced average monthly year-over-year declines in employment. Data suggests that trend will continue throughout the early part of next year. The economic scorecard is forecasting employment losses in manufacturing and retail, along with rising housing costs. This has been your news update. Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris continues on the new 1017 The Truth.
Bringing you his authentic perspectives on important topics.
They live in suburbs together. They live in the city together. They hang out together, all in the same family. We're the only idiots that fight because we want our voice to only be on one side. Does that even make any sense? And when the side loses, you lose everything. They, on the other hand, have a voice no matter what because somebody that looks like them is always in control.
Frank, candid, and straight to the point.
Well, it's just a skewed system.
Of course it is.
It's a lot of judgment.
But answer my question, though. Should we let people go? Should we let people go? Let's just forget about bail altogether. And if your neighbor commits a homicide and kills people up, if you kill people and they next to you and you just let them come back and live right next to you, they can live upstairs from you. Let them come in your house.
Frank, candid, and straight to the point. This is the best radio show in the state of Wisconsin. Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 1017 The Truth and The Truth app.
Now, he's the mayor of the city of Milwaukee. He's a young man. Give him a chance. I only complain about things that I care about. What I want you to do is pretend like I'm in St. Louis. And all I'm asking the mayor and the Common Council president and the Common Council, show me.
Now, live from the American Family Insurance Studio at the Avenue in the heart of downtown Milwaukee, here is Dr. Ken Harris.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. 833-212-1017 is the number. Hey, stream and watch us live on YouTube at 1017thetruth.com. Make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss a minute of the show. Speaking of a minute of the show, you can come hang out with me November 15th at Thrive on King, 2153 North, Rev. Dr. Martin Luther King Drive, from 10 till 1. If you want to sign up, go to 1017 Truth Summit, 1017truthsummit.com. We got some great guests. We're going to talk about healthcare. Dr. Tito Izzard from the Milwaukee Health Service is going to be there. Dr. Mark Kennedy from Aurora is going to be there. We've got 3 dynamic, powerful superintendents. Dr. Terrence Robinson from West Milwaukee School District. We got Dr. Damon Means from Wauwatosa School District. And we have Dr. Brenda Caselius. She said she was coming back from Milwaukee Public Schools to really talk about from the high chair to higher education. What does that even mean? What are we going through? What are we talking about? And how can we make education for all kids better? Especially for the Milwaukee community. So it doesn't matter where you are, where you're going, what you're doing. Make sure you are here. Well, not here, but there. Brought to you by 1MKE. And we're going to have Maddie Daly come talk. It's going to be great. We're going to talk to all of our sponsors. We got information for you that will help you in every single part or area of your life here in Milwaukee. Hosted by 1017 The Truth and Good Karma Brands. We got all folks coming up. All the hosts are coming. They going to come hang out, and we going to chop it up, and we're going to do all sorts of stuff. So it's going to be great. It's going to be great. Just make sure you are there.
Number 5.
So I keep wanting to do this story, but every time I try to do the story, it gets updated. Now 11 people killed, 7 injured in a United Parcel Service UPS plane crash. That occurred in Louisville, Kentucky. Jet had just left the runway at UPS Walport, Louisville's main hub, headed for Honolulu around 5:15 p.m. when it erupted into a massive fireball. Just seconds earlier, video shows the plane struggling to lift off. Flames are seen trailing from its left wing before slamming into a nearby petroleum recycling facility. The impact triggered a chain of secondary explosions, sending a plume of black smoke into the sky. All 3 crew members were killed, along with 4 people on the ground. Well, now that number is at 11. And a report just came over. UPS's plane, I get it right. The UPS plane's left engine fell off before the fiery disaster. So, that's tough.
Number 4.
My goodness. All this nonsense. Well, believe it or not, we have now officially broken the record. We're on day 36 of the White House shutdown. Democrats blame Republicans. Republicans blame Democrats. Every time the Republicans give them an offer, they say no. Every time the Democrats ask for what they want, the Republicans say no. And had they done this years ago and figured out a way to work around because they didn't have 60 votes and give and take then, we wouldn't be sitting here now. But here we are. Knuckleheads and numbskulls that they all are. I'm just saying.
Number 3.
A Wisconsin family is suing carmaker Tesla for deaths of their parents. 5 people were inside a Tesla car when it crashed in the town of Verona in November of 2024, including Jeffrey and Michelle Bauer of Crandon, Wisconsin. Nobody survived. The Bauer's children filed a lawsuit in Dane County this past Friday, saying the couple and 3 others could not escape the car as it burned. A photo from the crash scene showed the charred remains of the Model S. Crashes happen, and nobody should be sentenced to death by fire in a crash of a vehicle just because the doors won't open. I think it's inexcusable. Well, that'll be an interesting lawsuit. That'll definitely be an interesting lawsuit. Yeah. That'll definitely be interesting. Because, you know, car batteries just burn and burn and burn and burn. Interesting.
Number 2.
From Muskego, believe it or not, a substitute teacher at a Muskego elementary school was arrested after police said he was drunk. So this happened at Lane Elementary School on October 30th. The school says an adult raised concerns and police found the substitute under the influence of alcohol and removed him from campus. They confirmed that 30-year-old Christopher Rhea of Franklin had been drinking alcohol and had driven his car to work. Police said he had an active body-only warrant for what? 3rd degree operating while intoxicated. Can they write him a ticket for teaching while intoxicated? You're TWI. Or I, instructing while intoxicated. IWI. Bruh. I'm sorry. That has got to be the dumbest thing. Hey, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to go around people that don't drink. Right? Because, you know, people that don't drink or don't smoke are acutely aware of smoke. Now, I'm saying this joking, but I got to tease the county executive.
Number 1.
From Fox6Now.com, Milwaukee County Executive David Crowley, alongside Wauwatosa Mayor Dennis McBride, and representatives from the Department of Health and Human Services, launched the new lead abatement program. Anyway, the goal of the program is to reduce lead-based paint hazards in owner-occupied homes across suburban communities in Milwaukee County. So you've been hearing for 30 years, hey, we have a lead paint issue in Milwaukee. You thought it was just Milwaukee? Like, how stupid are you? You know, those people from Milwaukee, you know, they don't do anything right, blah, blah, blah. But Milwaukee County's lead remediation program is federally funded. So here's the deal. The only time you come up with something is when it's federally funded because you never want to spend money that's local. You already got an increase in tax. But if you hadn't gotten the federal money, you wouldn't have a lead abatement program. Are you spending any of the money in Milwaukee? Nope. The funding enables the remediation of lead hazards up to 200 low-income, owner-occupied homes throughout the suburban areas of the county, excluding the city of Milwaukee. The county also provided a local match to support this work through community development block grant funds. So you still didn't pay for it yourself. Hey, that's stupid.
Don't touch that dial. More of Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris is next on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com. Need a way to hype up your day?
This is Lorenzo.
Lorenzo! You just won $5,000!
What would you do with $5,000?
That's sweet for a couple months.
Yes!
There you go.
Yes. That just made me happy.
Stay tuned into 1017 The Truth for your chance to be entered into the Gruber Law Office's 5K giveaway. For contest rules, visit 1017thetruth.com.
Can we hold something?
Y'all holler back at y'all.
I got money now.
This is Sherwin Hughes from 1017 The Truth for Axe Housing. Are you tired of paying a landlord rent when you should be paying yourself? Do you want to leave a financial legacy, or would you like to have a stable place to call home? Well, it's time for you to start on the path to owning your own home instead of renting. You can work with an Axe Housing coach, and they will teach you how home ownership can be a reality. Axe Housing has helped over 4,000 families in our neighborhoods. Many times your mortgage will be a lot less than what you're paying for rent. As an average Axe family who has been helped pays around $900 per month. No matter what barriers you think you're facing, Axe Housing Coaches can assist you right now. An Axe Housing Coach will help you create and stick to a plan and a budget and get you ready for home ownership. If you're not dreaming of home ownership by now, you certainly should be. Let's make it a reality with Axe Housing. Get started on a virtual orientation by clicking on axhousing.org. That is ACTS housing.org. Don't let where you are financially right now get in the way of your very bright future of becoming a homeowner. Axe Coaches are here to help.
Life's better with Drive My Way from American Family Insurance, because we know it's more than just a car. It's your escape pod, your adventure mobile, your memory maker. And we help protect the dreams that drive you. Personalize what you pay for auto insurance and you can save between 5 and 20%. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Unsafe driving behaviors may increase your rate. Visit amfam.com to learn more. American Family Mutual Insurance Company SI and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Ready to buy your first house, move into your forever home, or simply refinance? At Associated Bank, they've got you. With the right lending plan and guidance, you can achieve your dreams. Your financial goals are much closer than you think, and Associated Bank is excited to help you reach them. Learn more at associatedbank.com/lending or ask a banker for details. Subject to credit approval. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
I love the Marquette community. I think, it to me resembles a family of some sort.
You are coming to a place that is not only going to give you a great education, but I think it's going to make you a very well-rounded individual.
Especially because of the size, you can definitely find your people. I came in and it was open arms. While you're here, we're going to try to make you feel that same love and make this place home. We are Marquette.
We are Marquette.
We are Marquette.
We are Marquette.
More of Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harrison is next on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Something's got a hold on me lately, though I don't know myself anymore. Feels like the walls are all closing in, and the devil's knocking at my door. Whoa, out of my mind, how many times did I tell you I'm no good at being alone? Yeah, it's taking a toll on me, trying my best to keep from tearing the skin off my bones. Don't you know how to control when you're not?
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. 833-212-1017 is the number. You got some video about this nonsense that Zohan Mandami was talking in New York. So listen to some of the things that they say, and then I want to rebut a little of you.
You want Kyle's or from his speech?
Play some Kyle. Let's see what Kyle was talking about, because he was talking some nonsense too this afternoon. Nonsense. Although he was right about one of them.
I'm jealous of people like Mondani who, though I think he has some good ideas, I don't know how realistic some of them are. But again, they let the experiment play out. For those who are haters of him, and trust me, I wasn't the biggest fan of his because I felt he was very unrealistic. But the writing was on the wall that he was going to win the election. The election is over. The folks in New York City voted. Let's see if this man could.
Don't say that. It's not that the people in New York wanted it. It's the knucklehead 29-year-old and everybody that could vote in New York that was 29 and under voted for this knucklehead because they want everything free and they're lazy and they don't want to work. They want to live in their mama's basement. They want to be on their phone on IG all day or Snapchat watching videos. They literally said that. They think they're going to get something for free and nobody has to pay for it, as if, how dumb can you be not to understand that money literally doesn't grow on trees? But yet they think that. Well, let the big company pay for it. They can't. Because your parents will lose their job, you moron. No, I'm not called. I'm talking to the New Yorkers, not Kyle. It's like, what? All right, play anything else Kyle got to say.
Man can actually get it done because his experiment is going to either lay the groundwork for what is to come in the future or it's going to be the ability for people to point and say, see, this is why socialism does not work.
Here's the problem. There are multiple things that can occur. Stop looking at the world black and white. Well, it's either going to be this or it's going to be this. No, it's going to be this and this and this and this and this. Here's the problem. Rich people and upper middle class people don't have to stay in New York. They're going to move to New Jersey. They're going to move to Florida. They're going to move to Texas, Tennessee, where there's no state tax. They can take their money home. You think that's unfair? If you're too lazy to work, why would it be unfair for you not to have any money? You think everybody, every single person that doesn't have money doesn't have it because some big bad person has money? Because you only think in terms of black and white? Well, if somebody wins, somebody loses. You're in America. Everybody can win if they want to. But sometimes life happens. Let me give you an example. Nobody wants to own a house. Oh, how's I gotta be responsible? For whatever reason. I don't know why. I didn't ask anybody. I'm not gonna fill in the blanks of why I think someone else doesn't want a house. They just don't want a house. Now, what I did hear people say over and over and over, it's anecdotal, right? It's not statistically significant. The bottom line is that people don't want to own houses because they don't want to be responsible and they got to pay for it. And it's too hard. They're going to struggle. You realize that between 25 and 35 is the time you should buy a house where you struggle and you got to figure out how to pay your mortgage and you got to balance your budget and you know then you have kids and you got to feed the kids and you're like, oh, I got to use my money, but I have to pay my bills. So you have a credit card and you go to the store and you use a credit card to pay for food. That what? Like literally the worst thing you can do is use a credit card to pay on something that you consume and it's gone. And now you pay interest on it? Weird. But that's what you have to do. You got to struggle, all that stuff. Bank account might get overdraft, got to pay the fee, got to do this. That's that time when you can fight. You've got the energy. You can work overtime. You can work a second job and get it done so that when you get my age, you have everything you literally want and everything you need. Because what? Because you struggled through that and you actually learned something about yourself. Guess what? You'll survive. The world won't come to an end. And it's the most amazing thing in the world. And once you have that energy, think of what Milwaukee would look like if people just struggled a bit and made it. All the successful people you see in Wisconsin and especially in Milwaukee that look like you, regardless of your color, it's because they struggled. The power's in the struggle. Anybody can roll up when it's easy. That's why your kids are in your basement. Anybody can roll up when it's easy. Anybody can say they got it when they're not paying any rent. Oh, I'm paying my mother $250 a month. How much you make? $90,000. What? Oh, I'm saving. For what? Oh, I want to go to Cancun. I want to go to Bali. Or, you know where they're going, right? I want to go into the DR. Yep, going to DR. Look at the girls. So at some point, it's literally on you. But we've got this nonsense going around. If you had somebody in Milwaukee like Zohan Mandami, you would guarantee this city would not be here in 5 years. It wouldn't. We're going to send social workers to, yeah, that's going to work out well. When we have crime, we're going to send a social worker. Yeah. Think the homicide rate will go up? Anyway. I always hit the wrong button. I was trying to, why you?
Because that's annoying.
But it's my annoying. Won't even let me hang up my own phone. You see how he be gangstering me? Al, you're on the award-winning 1017 The Truth.
Hey, you know what? I know we got a lot of stuff going on, but I think for just for people trying to make it, I think the best thing to do is try to become recession-proof and just find your own way where you can stay above water.
But we can't.
And after a while,
We'll let the socialists come in, and they'll just take over and give you all the money and everything you need, right?
Well, the problem is you shouldn't be worried about a socialist. You should be worried about yourself because you are the person that's writing your own
mayor is
journey.
going to take care of me. I don't have to worry about myself. Everything will be great.
Well, those people who worry about that shall fall. But the only person who should be concentrating on taking care of you is self. And I think a lot of times we focus too much.
Mandami told them, you do not have to worry about taking it. I will take care of you. I will give you free stores so you can get free food run by the government. You're going to get free health care. You're going to get free bus rides. You don't have to pay for anything.
Well, if people fall for that, that's on them and their own decision.
They did.
But you still.
They did.
Well, that's that. Well, they have to deal with that themselves. And I also was going to share with you, I know a lot of people talk about how expensive New York is, and that may be true. But if they really looked around New York, like Danbury, Connecticut, where they have a train that's 40 minutes away, and they have no ghetto. There's no ghetto in Danbury, Connecticut. It's nice, it's clean, it's friendly.
Al,
yes.
That means I have to be responsible.
Well, that's the part of being an adult.
No. I don't want to be an adult. I want to live off the fact. I want to ride the bus free. I want to ride the train free. I want to ride the subway free. I want to be able to go where I want to go when I want to go. I want the government to take care of me. I want food because they'll control the prices. You know they can't control the prices, but they'll lie and say it anyway. So, I don't know.
Well, people just need to pay attention, and just because they say it's free doesn't mean it's good. So I'm just going to end it on that note, but people are smart and intelligent, but if they fall for it, they'll find out at the end of the road.
All right. Thank you much.
And y'all have a great day.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Overall, if anyone can show a nation betrayed by Donald Trump how to defeat him, it is the city that gave rise to him. And if there is any way to terrify a despot, it is by dismantling the very conditions that allowed him to accumulate power. This is not only how we stop Trump, it's how we stop the next one. So, Donald Trump, since I know you're watching, I have 4 words for you. Turn the volume up. After all,
I don't even know what that means, turn the volume up. Like, what does that even mean? Number one. Number two, if he gets rid of the system that made Donald Trump, is he going to get rid of the system that made Barack Obama and Pelosi and Hakeem Jeffries? And because the same system made them all. You know, you had to go to work, go to school, all that stuff. He said get rid of it. Chuck Schumer, New York. Hakeem Jeffries, New York. Get rid of them? Get rid of the system. The same system that made Donald Trump made Hakeem Jeffries and Chuck Schumer. So we should get rid of it. That makes absolutely no sense. Because if you get rid of the system, you know that old saying about throwing a baby out with the bathwater. That is something they're about to do. And New York voted for this guy. I bought a house on a $7.50 wage. What do you mean you can't buy a $500,000 house? Old heads. Nobody I know has ever said anything as idiotic as that. Nobody. Nobody I know has ever said that. Nobody's dumb enough to think that you can buy a house on $7.50 an hour. Nobody ever said that. The point is to go to work so that you can earn a living, so that you can then, get promoted, get a raise, get better pay, and then buy a house. You're not supposed to have a house on minimum wage because you can't afford it. Not everybody has a right to have everything that they want or even need unless you earn it. If you pay off your credit card every month, it's worth it for the cash back. And not true, because that means you probably overpaid for something. Hey, Mao, how's it going? Well, if the government is taking care of corporations, why not take care of those paying taxes? Because it already does. Like, do you even understand how the system even works? That if the government takes care of a corporation that hires 10,000 people versus you, I'm going to take care of the one that's guaranteeing 10,000 people have jobs so they can pay taxes. Do you get that? So if I don't take care of the corporation won't hire 10,000 people. Now I got 10,000 people that are unemployed, that don't have anywhere to go to work, and it gets no tax money, which means the company goes out of business and it still doesn't get any tax money. The government makes their money off the wages a corporation pays a person. That's how the system is set up. So when you talk about, corporate welfare, yes, to keep it going so that people keep jobs. You know, like your parents, your aunts, your uncles, your cousins, your sisters, your brothers. Those people. And now with 101.7 The Truth Traffic, here's Debbie Lazick.
No more accidents. At least we got them all cleared out of the way. Now we're just dealing with the delays out there. Southbound 41, going to be slow from the county line all the way down past Good Hope Road to about Capitol Drive. Northbound is slowing down from before Mayfair Road all the way up past Hampton. Eastbound 94, plenty of delays from 164 all the way to Springdale Road, again past Barker. Back on the brakes through the Zoo interchange all the way to the construction zone at Hawley Road. And then on westbound 94, we got delays from 17th Street to Mitchell Boulevard, Highway 100 into Waukesha County, pretty much all the way to Calhoun. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast, tonight clear and cool, a low of 35. Tomorrow, partly cloudy with rain likely at night, a high of 53. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Laziga on 101.7 The Truth.
Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris returns after this on 101.7 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Are you ready for open enrollment? Now through January 15th, you can explore affordable health insurance options if you don't already have coverage through your job, Medicare, or Medicaid. The Community Health Access Program, CHAP, helps residents find affordable plans and guides you through the enrollment process, connecting you with resources to support your family. CHAP is a program of the City of Milwaukee Health Department. Learn more at milwaukee.gov/CHAP. That is milwaukee.gov/CHAP, or calling 414-286-8620.
It's time for Truth Takes, a thought-provoking commentary on the award-winning 1017 The Truth. Here is Kyle Wallace with his truth.
Truth Nation, I guess I've officially graduated from big bro to unk status, at least according to my little cousin. That's what he said. Now, at first I pushed back a little bit, and I was offended by the assertion that I was old enough to be unk. But after a little thought, y'all, I actually embraced the label of being unk and the responsibility which comes with being quote-unquote unk. See, as unk, I think it's my duty to look out for and support the youth and young cats coming up after me. Embrace the role as being a mentor and role model and aim to protect our kids at all costs. With the news cycle always seemingly being negative towards the youth, we need to take it back upon ourselves to change the narrative and uplift our youth. Our kids are so much more than fights, stolen cars, Kia boys, or acting a fool in public. We can't allow a small population of children to depict who our kids really are in the city of Milwaukee. You have have to resist the urge to want to bash our kids and be so quick to pass judgment or disparage the youth. And we got to stop acting as if we were not once in their shoes, making poor decisions, having regrets. I know we have all been there. Now, regardless of how funny it may sound to say YN, don't label our kids that. That is far from a term of endearment, and we have to remember you become what people call you. If someone calls you dumb over and over and over again, you may start believing that you are dumb, and you may start having self-doubt in oneself. Don't put that type of self-hating energy on our youth, Milwaukee. We need to call them YKs and YQs for young kings and young queens, even when they might frustrate you. Remember, they are still only kids. With the summer being here, there is no better time to encourage them to aspire to be great. Give them positive reinforcement. Give them positive affirmation until we get it through their minds on who they really are and what they can become. An unstoppable force of greatness.
Listen to Truth to Power with Kyle Wallace weekdays from noon to 1 p.m.
This Associated Bank Sports Update on 101.7 The Truth is powered by ESPN Milwaukee. I'm Nazir Spencer. The Packers are back at home on Monday Night Football after a brutal loss against the Panthers. Their matchup against the Philadelphia Eagles is Monday night at 7:15. The Bucs got stone cold in Toronto last night, losing their third game of the season, 128-100. Head coach Doc Rivers.
The one thing with Giannis, and that's why he's such a treasure, he doesn't complain very often. So I always tell officials, like, if that guy's complaining, you're probably doing something wrong.
Bucs now look to face the Chicago Bulls on Friday at 7. UW-Milwaukee defeated Hampton 90-86 in their first game, while the Golden Eagles at Marquette defeated Albany 80-53. Marquette plays again tonight at 7 versus Southern University. This Sports Update brought to you by Associated Bank, proudly supporting your hometown teams. Member FDIC.
This is Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 101.7 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
You're listening to Truth in the I had to listen to some Sting. I'm just saying. Zach is shaking his head like, oh my God, how good are you? Anyway. Hey, it's 101.7 The Truth. Dr. Ken Harris for Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. When it comes to your home, the smart play is trusting Gina Della and her team at Pella. This month, the month of November, you can score a whole house of new, energy-efficient Pella windows for as low as $297 a month. 0% interest for up to 6 years. That's like driving, I don't know. You can sustain it for years. You can keep your home comfortable. That's all thanks to incredible defense play by Pella Windows, stopping all the drafts because they're coming. So don't wait. Schedule your free consultation today at PellaWI.com. That's PellaWI.com. 833-212-1017 is the number. Bobby, you're on the award-winning 101.7 The Truth.
Good evening, my friend. I got a couple of questions, and then, but first, let me start with this. You made mention about some comments that Kyle made earlier today regarding that new mayor of New York, right? Okay, so I don't see any difference in the comments he made and the comments you made in regarding Trump. if I remember correctly, you stated when Trump was running again in 2024, hey, what are you guys afraid of? Just let him get his 4 years in. He's only going to get 4 years, and then he's done. What bad could happen? What's the worst that could happen? Okay, now what Kyle said earlier, what's the worst that could happen with this new mayor in New York? Same difference.
No.
No, let me take that. I'll take that back because he's a mayor, and this felon is a president.
So that's the only.
One other
Don't talk over me. Please don't talk over me because I'm asking you a question.
Okay, go ahead.
So those are the only two things you pulled out of that? The fact that the guy's a socialist and the fact that the guy, you're using that one is a mayor and one is a president as the difference when he clearly said that he wants to give everybody free bus rides, government run.
He's lying. He's lying.
What?
He's lying. He's lying. Just like Trump lied to get into office.
But we're not talking about Trump. We're talking about Mohan. What? Okay. All right. Okay. Anything else you got?
Yeah. Okay, why is it that certain men of color always seem to mention Barack Obama and put him out there bad, but not put this pedophile felon out there bad? I don't understand the two.
Well, number one, I don't know who you're talking about when you say pedophile felon, unless I think you're talking about Trump. But ad hominem attacks.
That's the only one I know in office.
But ad hominem attacks don't really make you look really gracious or anything. I mean, that's kind of And who said something about Barack Obama? Did Trump say something about?
You just said no. You just mentioned Pelosi and Barack Obama. They're in the same. Era, not say era, but then in the same. If you're going to turn something around, here's what you need to turn around, sir.
Okay, hang on. You can't tell me what I said, so how can you tell me how to turn it around? That's one. Number two.
What you said.
Okay. No, you didn't. I talked about Hakeem. I believe I talked about Hakeem Jeffries and Chuck Schumer. And I talked about how rich people were.
And Obama.
But I was talking about how much money they. Okay, so
they're in the same system. You were saying.
Yeah, they are
from New York.
No, I didn't say they were from New York. I didn't say that. I never said Pelosi and Obama were from New York. I said Hakeem Jeffries and Chuck Schumer were from New York. That's what I said.
Well, I didn't say that you said they were from New York. That's
okay, I'm done. I ain't got time for this. 833-212-1017 is the number. Like, dude, you literally just told me I told you that they're from New York. Did he not say that?
Bruh.
Yeah. Okay. Just to make your point. But I don't understand what Mandami has anything to do with Donald Trump. Apples and oranges, like completely and totally different. I'm talking about the fact that you have a guy that does not believe in the American system, does not believe in hard work, does not believe in, literally, he don't believe in fairness because he thinks he can be at the top of the hill and he'll make it fair. The fact that he's not equating himself to you or making himself equal to you. See, if he was going to do that, he'd give away some of them millions of dollars his mom and his daddy got.
Damn.
If he believed in that, he would say, I'm not taking my salary as mayor. I'm going to spread it out to some people or divide it so that we all make the same amount of money. He's not doing that. So be careful when you complain and say what you're going to say, call people pedophiles and all that. You can believe what you want, but in the end, this guy's either going to make New York great or he's going to run it into the ground. And every country that's tried what he's tried, I don't see people moving there in droves. If this country is really that bad, get on a ship, get on a boat, get on a raft. You're only going to get to Cuba, but anyway, get wherever you're going to get and go. Don't be here if you don't like democracy, if you don't like like going to work every day and making the money that you decide you want to make. And if you don't like working for a company, start your own and build it up into a multi-million-dollar company and leave generational wealth for you. If you don't like that, if you don't like living like Mandami lives, dude has a house in Uganda and here. Well, his parents did. Multiple homes, millions of dollars, went to private schools his whole life. He's the antithesis, and he's telling you that it's okay for him, but it's not okay for you. And we've been told that by white people our entire life. You don't think that's not going to trickle down to Milwaukee? First, we started with a city tax. We already got a county and a state tax. And when they want more money, it's going to rise up. And those people who are retired, those people who are upper middle class, you know what they're going to do? They're going to leave. And they're going to take their companies with them. And when they take their companies with them, and you try to start a new one, they're going to tax you into the ground. And you'll be left with nothing. So, I mean, if that's how you want to roll, yeah, it does sound like Karl Marx, doesn't it? If that's how you want to roll, roll. But I say leave. If you don't like America, if you think Donald Trump is so bad, if you thought Barack Obama was so bad, get on a plane. Leave.
Good luck if you get on a plane.
Well, yeah, because they cut 10% of the flights today. So, anyway. Walk. Canadian border's like north. If you keep walking, it's only like, 8 hours from here, 7 hours from here? Knock yourself out.
You can get to the border from here?
Yeah.
I thought you had to go through, like, Minnesota or whatever.
No, you can go through Superior. Superior's right there. You can walk across and cross Lake Superior and just rock yourself on into Canada and say goodbye. I'll put you on a little boat and just push you right out in the middle. You can cross the line and be done. At some point, we have to remember, and I might have my geography wrong, but the bottom line is you live in a country where you have a right to complain. You live in a city where they actually clean up, where you can actually complain, where you can go to your elected officials, and if you don't like them, you can vote them out. You can go to a different store in Milwaukee if you don't want to go because I don't like that store. Like, you can do all that. You've got radio. Where else do you have Milwaukee Black Talk but here? But instead, based on what? Oh, no, you can't listen to that radio. You have to listen to what we want you to listen to. Therefore, because we know what you need, we're going to give you the radio station we think you need. So watch this. Miles says, so are we supposed to take $7.50 and let the corporations make the rules? What rules do corporations make other than paying politicians to vote things in the way that they want? You can do the same thing. And you and I both know it's a lie that the majority of people are making $7.50 an hour because it's not true. And it's not a slippery slope fallacy. You should look up what a slippery slope fallacy is. The reason why we have a slippery slope fallacy is because what? It's a slippery slope. And when it doesn't work, we call it a fallacy when, in fact, the majority of the time it does work. Use the phrase cascading. That one thing happens, then another one, and it causes another one. Then it gets up to unintended consequences, and the world falls apart. And it falls apart. You actually think corporations pay people. People pay taxes. Corporations don't pay taxes at the level that people do because it's one entity, and they employ people. So they get a tax break and a tax credit for putting money into the economy. They sell a product, they get paid, they pay you to make the product, boom. If you don't like it, start your own. Start your own, but you can't complain about it. It just makes absolutely no sense. And part of this is the fact that because people don't understand history, they make assumptions and they only go on what people tell them because it sounds good. That's what those 29-year-olds talked about, because many of them were only 3 or 4 years old and they never learned about 9/11. They never learned about what people said about America and how they wanted to come and kill all Americans. Think about what you're saying. This guy in New York, who's the mayor, is friends with the guy who testified for the blind sheikh who helped bin Laden plan 9/11. They're like best buds. And if you think association doesn't matter, you should go talk to mom. Who you hang out with? I'm telling you, I can tell you about you by your 5 closest friends. And if your 5 closest friends are thieves, guess what? You are too. If your 5 closest friends want to kill everybody and thinks that America is the infidel and said they have a global jihad and they want to kill everybody who's not Muslim, which really makes good Muslims look bad. Belief is one thing, but when you're actually planning on acting on it, come on now. But you know what? Like somebody said, it's not New York. It's not New York. And I don't understand some of y'all questions. Dr. Ken, how come they have made it to the point where money they pay employees get back to them? I think I know what you're saying, but maybe because they own the company? I'm just saying. Pete Sake said, point you benefits and not contributing. Okay, I don't know whatever. Let's and watch this. When you say I'm trying to do Islamophobia, there's no phobia. When somebody says something negative about something, there's no phobia. Stop trying to gaslight people and try to say that people are trying to trash people, because they're not. There's no phobia. I'm not afraid. I'm just making a statement. I hope Milwaukee wakes up so that they don't fall into that hole that New York just fell into and think you're going to get something free. Because I'm going to tell you, these Fortune 500 companies you got around here, if nobody comes to work, they're moving.
More of Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris is next on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com. The Milwaukee Panthers hit the road as they head to South Carolina to take on the Wooford Terriers.
McKee for 3, ring it up. They do it again out of a timeout. AJ from downtown. McKee buries it, 71-66. Panthers down a handful, 60.
Scott Warris has the coverage Saturday starting at 12:30 p.m. on 1017 The Truth and the Milwaukee Panthers Sports Network from Learfield. Tip-off happens at 1 o'clock.
Talk to these people in terms of how do I register for this program despite my reservations and my previous experiences of rejection?
Yes, I tell anybody and everybody that you can buy a house. It may take somebody longer than the other person depending on what your circumstances is with your credit and income and affordability, but you can purchase a house. The first step would be is to register for our program. You can come to our office, 7830 West Burleigh Street, or you can give us a call at 414-461-6330, or just go onto our website, hri-wi.org. Register for the first-time home buyer education workshop. That's going to be your first step to home ownership. During that class, you're going to learn everything that you need to know from A to Z, how to get approved for a house, how to look for a house and put an accepted offer, and how to close on a home.
Ready to watch the Packers like a VIP? Cousins Subs put you in the center of it all on the 50-yard line in plush recliner seats, complete with personal TVs and your favorites delivered from Cousins Subs. 2 pairs of fans are selected before each regular season home game to enjoy this one-of-a-kind experience. Enter daily to win the best seats in the house, only from Cousins Subs. Cousins Subs. We believe in better. See rules and eligibility for details.
Life's better with American Family Insurance because we know you love working weekends.
If it means working on your dream home, both inside and out. And we're here to help protect those dreams so you can enjoy peace of mind. Save up to 40% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Some exclusions apply. American Family Mutual Insurance Company SI and its operating company 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
At Milwaukee College Prep, we believe brilliance lives in every child. Here, students are challenged, supported, and celebrated every single day. With small class sizes, dedicated teachers, and a proven track record of academic excellence, MCP is helping Milwaukee kids reach their fullest potential. Enrollment is still open for grades K-3 through 8. Spaces are limited. Apply today. Give your child a school where they'll thrive. Visit mkeprep.com or call today. Milwaukee College Prep, brilliance lives here.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. I was just telling Young Money, he was telling me I was Islamophobic. He said, it's true, you're Islamophobic. I said, so because you say something negative about something, you're Islamophobic. So because you're saying something negative about me, you hate black people, so you must be racist. Is that it? That makes no sense. You just don't think anybody did anything wrong, and when you disagree with something, you call it a phobia? You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. Make sure you come back tomorrow, Young Money. I love talking to you. That's what I'm talking about. Have a great evening. Is our guy on tonight? What do you mean? All right, Tori Lowe Show's coming up next. Have a great evening. God bless. Take care. SE, you need to quit. Y'all crazy. All right, Young Money, I appreciate you. Just like everybody. Keep it up. God bless. Take care. Hey, y'all. Thank you, DJ Brother Z. I'm out.
Be quiet. Be quiet. Be quiet.